Yes. The bottom. All right. This is what we came to talk about today. I gotta make sure I'm TikTok. Yes, thank you, babe. I don't want to get lost in the sauce of the stuff that's going on TikTok. I just want to be able to teach y'all without the drama. Like, I ain't come here for the drama. I came here to teach people. So I gotta learn how to stay on track of what I'm supposed to be doing, which is blood, which is anemia, which is lack of red blood cells, and whoop-de-whoop.
Oh, my God.
Baby, trying to help. Hold on.
Trying to help, making a mess.
Yes! Look on the box. No, it's going to say 30.
What? I know, I saw it already. That's why I made a big stink about it. Don't worry about it. It's all
about
good.
to be
fried rice. I should leave.
All right. So, anyway, I'm about to just keep talking about that. Don't worry about it, babe. So, anyway, let's talk about this. So, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, the strokes, the heart attack, the erectile dysfunction, it's all results of anemia. And it's all because of malnutrition. When I say malnutrition, I want to show y'all what I mean. Because this is kid information. Like, this is the stuff that they teach the kids. So, let's say you got sugar. Sorry, I'm holding my phone at the same time. Say diabetes drugs, insulin. It's not real sugar, so it does not register in your body. If you have high blood pressure, then you'll also be subject to strokes. If you got...
This one.
Thank you.
Hold on. Hold the phone. And then you just manipulate it like this.
Okay. Alright. So, if you get... Sorry, y'all. We had a little technical difficulties.
You want to see her?
No, because I want to write on this real quick. But thank you, babe. So, if you get high blood pressure, if you get diabetes, if you get heart attack, stroke, it's all this anemia. So I just got to make sure y'all could see this whole little board. I try to work within this whole little anemia side. All right, so the person that's having a heart attack. Now, a heart attack, right? The job of this is to filter. No, I don't have no big ass house yet. But we definitely taking donations, right? The job of your heart is to filter. So if everybody that has that myocarditis, right? Everybody that has myocarditis is because this is a filter. So if your blood is not filtering properly, then you're going to have something like myocarditis, right? Now, the myocarditis is when your blood is not filtering properly. So if your blood goes into your heart as a filter, right? And you know how people keep coming on my post saying, oh, the dark blood is the deoxygenated blood. Blood has to be reoxygenated, which goes back to this. The blood sugar, the insulin. All these things are going to come with the solutions when I tell you what the solutions are, okay? Now, you got erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction, slide this all the way back up to this high blood pressure. Then that could go all the way over here to this anemia. And as well. Do you understand this? All these things are tied all together. This is me straight bar for bar. I don't know no other herbalist, no other nobody that could do it like this. I'm coming. This is a live broadcast. Share it, like it, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna tell you what my Cash App is. It's Pirate Meds. That's it. That's ugly. We'll do it again. But yeah, we're gonna save your life today. Damn. You got high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, your erectile dysfunction. That's where he was. Your number one will stop working if your heart has too much blood that is deoxygenated, since that's what we're talking about. DOXYGENATED. Boom. You got deoxygenated blood. Too much deoxygenated blood trying to go through your heart is going to cause it to fail. If you have oxygen in your blood, you won't have myocarditis. If you have the oxygen in your blood, you won't have the anemia. If you have oxygen in your blood, you won't have lupus. Lupus, right? Lupus along with, hold on. Lupus, Leukemia, leukemia, kind of go down to anemia, all blood dysfunctions. Okay? I don't even know if that's spelled right. It could be Leu, it could be Lue. I don't know. Who cares? Leukemia, all of them white blood cells. Okay? If you got an overgrowth of white blood cells, all right. So lymphocytes, they lumped into that. This right here, this is sickle cell. So if your blood cell is supposed to be in a circle like that, these joints is coming like this, like a crescent, which means they depleted of oxygen. Y'all still follow me down this yellow brick road? Make sure you tap on that screen, because y'all tap the screen for all types of goofy shit. Tap the screen now, because this is very, very important. Now, you got deoxygenated blood, you got myocarditis, you got anemia, you got high blood pressure. High blood pressure, it simply means that the arteries that go back to the heart, the blood inside is so clumped up, strokey. Do you understand what a stroke is? It's called when your blood gets to one issue and your blood is in the brain about to bust a blood vessel. So when you're high blood pressure, that means your blood is actually inside the veins, popping against the vein. This in layman's terms. I don't have to be a scientist. I don't have to be nobody. I'm telling you what's happening. When you got high blood pressure, the blood is clumped up. It's just like a stroke. When you got diabetes, the body is doing everything it can to force the fake sugars that you're eating, the fake sugars that your body is trying to pick up but can't pick up. It's just trying to force that to your extremities so that your heart does not attack you and clog up and give you myocarditis. I'm just saying, this is what all of this stuff is. Is that how you spell it? Or Lue? I don't know. So when you got all these, the sickle cell, it's anemia. If your blood don't have no energy, those sickled cells will run down into your gallbladder and then they will cause problems. So that's why I said lemon. So that you don't stress out your gallbladder. Because it is a full system. It is a full system. So it's one thing to just try to take something that somebody else knows, but the instructions that comes with your black gold is worth more than gold. The books that I give you and the things that I share with y'all are worth more than gold. It's one thing to say I'm supporting Naira, but support yourself, because you have to read the information to know why I tell you what I tell you. It makes sense. It makes sense. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It's people who, see, one thing, when you got a parent, right, and your parent go to teach you something, it'll stay with you forever, right? But the people who try to take their inheritance before they sit down and understand why, it's just like being a bastard. And nothing's worse than being a bastard, because who has a fatherless child? Like, who wants to be a fatherless child? Nobody wants to be. And there's so many people out here, they take information, they run with it. But it's what you need to be able to sit down and understand why you're doing something, why you're teaching something. Because nothing is worse than having information, using the information, believing the information, and then somebody asks you a question and you can't answer those questions. It's just like when people are Christian. They become Christian, they go to church, they never learn, they're there for politics, then they get mad when somebody church hurt them. It's not that you got church hurt, you was there for the wrong reasons in the first place. You was there for a club. Should have joined the Girl Scouts for stuff like that. So I'm just saying, not everybody should be into this as far as teaching, because there is so much more that goes with everything. It's not just saying it's black seed and honey. Because you can tell somebody with sickle cell, go ahead, just take the black seed and honey. But if you don't tell them about the lemon water, which is why we stress the importance of lemon, not lime, lemon, citrus. Somebody with leukemia, that's white blood cells. That's honey. The honey does the job of the white blood cells. If you don't have a reason to have to come out and fight, then the white blood cells do not have to come out and overgrow. And when they overgrow, they become killer cells. And the killer cells kill everything. The killer cells come out and they shoot the club up. Say if the killer cells come out, they're going to shoot the club up. They don't care what type of cell it is. They are there to seek and destroy everything. So by the time these killer cells get there, that's why lupus and leukemia is so deadly to people. Erectile dysfunction is blood oxygen levels, also anemia. And this is something that you could fix with tea. Also, they give people a blue pill. Let me tell you something about the blue pill. They only give you the blue pill 4 times a month. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why they only give men the blue pill 4 times a month is because it would kill them if they gave it to them 30 days in a prescription. If I give you something that excites your heart, myocarditis, it would kill you. There will be more men dying from something called the Widowmaker. Look it up. Widowmaker. Okay? The Widowmaker. The Widowmaker is a little teeny heart valve, filter, whatever, artery that always goes down after the man has sex with his wife. The Widowmaker. So look up the Widowmaker and you'll see why erectile dysfunction and heart attacks go hand in hand. Back in the day, people used to muscle is relaxed and you have a heart attack. Thank y'all for all the likes. Thank you so much. But yeah, all of this go together. So the blue pill, they only get a blue pill out 4 times a month besides 30 because they know that it will be basically heart attacks all over. Strokes is if your blood is stuck in one area, which is your brain, and then basically that clump causes a rupture. The blood is stuck in one area and causes a rupture and causes the body to shut down on one side. Diabetes. The body is trying to carry off the sugar, the debris, all the bad blood to your extremes. And this is why people lose legs, because all the dead blood is carried away from the heart, which is a filter, and dumped at your feet, your toes, and your fingers. Blood pressure is literally when the blood is clumped up, so that goes with the strokes again. What can help? Of course, The link is in my bio. Yes, I know that's ugly. The link is in my bio. Because the teas that we have, they're blood food. They're blood food. Right? I'm going to give you an example. The teas that we have are blood food because how does it work? People who say you should go on an all-vegan diet, this literally means that you don't have to have nothing. No thing. Now, whatever goes out of your stomach that's not digested goes here into your large intestine. But whatever you drink goes straight from your mouth. It bypasses all that and goes straight to your small intestines. Did y'all see that? Please put a 5 in the chat if you see that. Please put a 5 in the chat if you're there. Okay. Now, whatever goes into your mouth goes directly down to your small intestines. Now, outside of your small intestines is a little lining. Those little linings on the outside of your small intestines is blood vessels. Hold up. Okay? The blood vessels that's right there outside of your small intestines, they pick up all the nutrients. The nutrients that you drank that go directly to your small intestines are absorbed by your blood vessels. And this gives you the nutrients that you get from insulin, the nutrients that you're supposed to get so you don't have anemia, the nutrients that your heart needs so that it can clean and filter, the nutrients that you would need so you wouldn't have dead blood to cause you sickle cell. The blood that what you pick up from the honey stops you, because it goes directly from the mouth to the bloodstream, directly to stop the white blood cells from having to grow. Okay? It all plays a part. If your doctor not saying this to you, he not talking right to you. He not talking right to you. This is why we tell you what you need to eat or drink. I don't care what you put in your stomach. You can eat fries, pig, whatever. It's what you're going to drink. What do you drink? Gatorade, Pepsi, soda, this, that, and the third. And I don't care if you drink that. But in between that, do you have any tea? In between that, is there any tea? In between that, where is your black gold? You could put you could put whatever you want, but what type of gas do you put in your car? You could go to any gas station you want, but what type of gas are you putting in your car? And that's basically it. When you get an oil change, what's the purpose of your oil change? So that you can change it so that these systems are clean. This is what our products do. This is what we're teaching here. I don't care who murdered who. I don't care none of that stuff. This is what we hear. We're going to stay focused on this. When I come from lives from now on, this is where we coming. I don't care about the next person. Ain't nobody here trying to solve no murders. I don't care. And we don't care. We trying to figure out how Dr. Fauci and them trying to kill us today. Right now, in this present day, in this present moment. Okay? That's where we at with it. If it ain't these leukocytes, these lymphocytes, I ain't really worried about it. Because there's too many people out here that's sick and sad and alive that we could fix today. So we going to get y'all blood together. With that being said, does the black gold work with multiple sclerosis? So when it comes to something like multiple sclerosis, I really believe that there was some type of infection, and I do believe that the honey would help, because when I did my research on it, it was like an infection that laid kind of dormant and into your system. So once your blood starts to repair, then it goes to repair the rest of the body. And that's how it works. So once you repair your blood, then your blood will go repair the rest of your body. Unless it's something topical that you could try to fight on the outside, that's when I suggest the colloidal silver. But if it's something, and then I would suggest that, you can drink a little bit of the colloidal silver, because it does say you can drink it for up to 14 days. So if it's something like that, you can try it. You can try it. But don't continue to take this over a long period of time. You give your body a break. But with the honey and stuff like that, even that, sometimes you could go slow, because your body's only going to pick up the nutrients that it's going to pick up. So you can't overdo it. And that's what I tell people. One thing you don't want to do is stress. Stress releases endorphins. Those endorphins are basically like not kosher. Basically, if God don't want you to eat animals that's scared, he don't want you to be scared either. He did not give you a spirit of fear. He gave you power, love, and a sound mind. So don't be scared. Is there any other questions? I'm sorry that this board had to look like this, but one thing about it, you'll know that I don't be up here faking with y'all. That's the one thing. If I could teach you like this, just straight off the rip, not dressed, not nothing, pop the board up and just was like, you know what, I'm going to get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Then I don't care. I know I'm the real deal. I just came on. I see anemia. Will you go back over it? So yeah, we was talking about how anemia is all these different things. Let me see where I can see. So we was talking about anemia being all these different things, right? These different blood disorders, right? What about lupus? All right. So we talked about anemia being all these different things, blood disorders, right? So you have high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, heart attacks, erectile dysfunction, lupus, leukemia, sickle cell, lymphocytes, and leukocytes. So lymphocytes, leukemia, and leukocytes, they're white blood cells. Sickle cell, they're red blood cells that basically are depleted of oxygen. We're talking about deoxygenation, right? So anemia, which is your low red blood cells. Your low red blood cells are responsible for carrying nutrients and oxygen. How does your body get these nutrients and oxygen? So we talked about the stomach and how the stomach works. So I said this was your mouth. Of course, you can't really read it because I was just doing chicken scratch as I was going. So we got your mouth. Anything that you drink goes directly from your mouth to your small intestines. Anything that you eat, chew up, it goes from your mouth, your esophagus, to your stomach. And anything that's not digested from your stomach goes into your large intestines. Your large intestines then will dump what it can into your small intestines. If not, then it's going to be shitted out. So this is why I say you're not getting your nutrients from what you put in your stomach. And this is why they tell you if you're, and I'm sorry, y'all can't really see that.
That's why that gut health thing, that shit don't make no sense.
So if you're, right, and our bed is a mess, do not judge if you're having issues and they telling you go on a Dr. Sebi diet, right? They're basically telling you, thank you, you have to go out, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go out like on a Dr. Sebi diet, basically they're telling you, you take a shower home?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. It's like 5 something. I'm like, damn.
Oh my God, you gonna
right,
get something to eat?
Huh? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let me get her something.
So, damn, I ain't even, she looked at me funny as shit when I was like, you gotta do wait till the cake. They got a cake in the
Yeah, I just ordered your things ready.
All right. I'm sorry. That was, we was doing this.
Big famous stuff.
All right. So, boom. If somebody tell you go on a Dr. Sebi diet, they saying you need to control what you eat. The whole premise behind that, and I'm telling you from what I know, right? Let me get this little book right here, right while I'm doing this. Okay, so this is, when I say I'm teaching y'all children's, this is what they teach the kids. Y'all see what this say? This say Children's Encyclopedia of the Human Body. My cousin got it from Ollie's. She wasn't using it sitting up on her house. I said, let me just take this because I'm going to need this. So basically, this is that's how basic this information is. Did the beep beep?
It's done. I stick something in it and it came out clean.
Okay. All right, give it a second. All right. Sorry, y'all. So, I just gotta see what y'all can see. Are y'all following me down this yellow brick road? All right. So, vitamin deficiencies, right? Do y'all see this? Because y'all be swearing a man with some bow legs is so fine. That's a vitamin deficiency. My mom used to call it rickets. She be like, that's rickets, that's malnourishment. People don't grow to the right size. Things like that, that's malnourishment. Now, this is where your body picks up nutrients because you have certain nutrients that everybody talks about vitamins. I don't talk about vitamins because that's not the type of time that I'm on. I'm not on the vitamins this. I recognize vitamins as vital minerals. When I say that to myself in my head, I say vital minerals. Vital minerals, okay? So vital minerals are picked up from the things that you drink, which is why you drink tea, which is why you eat honey, which is why you do those things. Anemia is low red blood cells because your red blood cells are picked up. Let me show y'all right here. Hold on, because, people don't understand, but they should, because this is shit they teach to the kids. And I remember learning this when we was kids. Like, I remember learning this when I was a kid. When they used to actually teach children stuff. So this is when they were saying the stomach, right? See how the stomach is not what picks up the nutrients. The small intestines is what picks up the nutrients. The small intestines is responsible for absorbing most of the nutrients in our food. The digested food from the stomach empties into the duodenum. I don't know how you even say that. But basically, this is why people pancreas be going and all that stuff, because the sugar and enzymes that is picking up from the soda that you drinking and all that other stuff. People always saying my pancreas was infected. My pancreas went out. My pancreas, and then I got diabetes. It's because the nutrients that you're supposed to be picking up from your small intestines is not being picked up correctly. And do you see this? This is your small intestines. Babe, can you see it through there? Okay. Yeah. This is your small intestines. On the outside of your small intestines is blood vessels. Blood vessels carrying blood to the liver. So what's the first thing that goes? When people drink alcohol, the first place that it hits is your small intestines. Then the blood vessels pick it up and go to the liver. So that's why people who drink alcohol, the first thing they do is corrode their liver. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes some sense to you as to why auntie uncle died from kidney failure, liver failure, all that shit. Just put a 5 in the chat. On the outside of your small intestines is the blood vessels that carry away all the nutrients. And this is the reason why you don't want to have the sex through your back door, because your intestines have little villi in there that absorb bacteria. And it's your first, listen, if they wanted to give you medicine, they could surely shove it up there. And your body could absorb it.
That's why they tell you don't pour alcohol in your anus. Because all the little filters and all that shit, you bypassing all of them. And it's going straight to your kidneys, straight to your mind, and then you get alcohol poisoning and most people die.
Listen, all I'm going to say is, if you was older and you know about Jerry Pinnacoli.
Oh, yeah, man. I think everybody know about Main Man. Yeah, don't be like that. Don't be like Main Man.
So, if your red blood cells, and I'm sorry because I came into this book to talk about blood cells. If your blood cells can't absorb, okay, what is the jobs of the blood? Blood is a fluid that flows throughout the body. It carries oxygen and nutrients to the body's cells and tissues and removes waste from them. Don't tell me that blood is not the myoglobin that it comes out the meat, because it say that the blood's job is to be carrying oxygen and nutrients all throughout the body. So if it's in the myoglobin or if it's in the veins, it's all still blood. This is why God said don't eat the meat with the blood in it. You have to have it a certain way, a certain kosher way. Are y'all following me down this yellow brick road? Because I can't see y'all. I'm saying, I'm here to help. Because I've been getting off track. I've been solving murders. I've been talking about what's going on with Dr. Fauci. But I ain't been doing what I actually been called to do. So actually, I just came to do what I was called to do today. And to remind you, I still am who I am. It's deep down inside of me. It's plenty of people out here. They can fake it. They can fraud it. But let's go on live. I bet you can't outlive me being me. I bet you can't outlive me being me. I bet you can't do me live. The medical secretary can't do it live, though. Bet you can't. Bet you can't.
That was a check and a warning.
I'm just saying, do me live. Be live doing me. And all I'm going to say is everything that I'm going to say, I can find it in writing. You know, every time they try to tempt Jesus, he said, it is written. It is written. It's written. And they've been teaching the kids this stuff. They can teach this to the kids. They can teach it to you. I don't need no amount of education to teach you what's in the children's book. $3.99 at Ollie's going to save your life. $3.99 at Ollie's. All you got to do is put it together like this is Blue's Clues. We detectives. And we finding out why you got lupus, leukemia, heart attack, stroke. I said I want the degree that they giving out all these people. That the lady said, I'm a nurse and this and this and that. And my blood red. Red blood. It's just what make the blood. This what make the blood red. Well, this right here say blood is more than that. It say blood is a fluid that flows throughout the body. It carries oxygen and nutrients to the body's cells and tissue and removes waste from them. It consists of plasma, a watery liquid that, and all three specialized cells, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets.
It's amazing.
Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Right down here, we talked about white blood cells. Right up here, we talked about red blood cells. And your plasma is what it flows on. So let's say somebody, thank you. Let's say somebody got herpes, right? And you get these little, it look like little boils. That's all the plasma. If you got low red blood cells, you know the blistering, put a 7 in the chat if you follow me. Put a 7 in the chat if you follow what I'm saying. Do you know the blistering is the body trying to repair? So you're getting a whole bunch of plasma, but you don't have enough red blood cells to go to that area. So now you have a whole bunch of plasma. The plasma will get hard, but if you increase the amount of red blood cells, then it will go and repair. Now put an 8 in the chat, say I just got it. Which is the reason why the black gold works on people who got herpes. It's not that hard. It's the nutrition. If you don't have red blood cells to go to the area, they'll never go. They too busy working on the heart.
Right.
The heart got to do its job. The dick not going to work. The heart ain't going to work if none of this stuff is right.
You got to live before pleasure or reproduction. You got to live to reproduce. So it got to keep you alive until you figure out the problem. So
I'm trying to tell you, you think shorty is not you not breaking up with your wife. She not mad at you. You not mad at her. It ain't none of that stuff. Listen, you cannot perform if you don't have the red blood cells because your heart got to do what it do. Your heart can't miss a beat. Do you think your body, that's why I said they only going to give you 4 blue pills at a month. Because the chances of you taking a pill 30 days straight and not dying is not going to happen. Especially if you don't have the red blood cells to supply to the number one. Do you know what happens when you get an erection? All your cells decide where they're going to go. Some of it's going to pump the heart and some of it's going to go to the penis and cause the penis to grow. But without the red blood cells, you're not going to have an erection. This is why so many men do not have an erection. Not only that, you done fried yourself holding your phone all day. It's a mini microwave. It's a mini microwave. You got a mini microwave in your hand all day. You ain't never gave your baby a vitamin and nutrient and you gave them a phone and you frying their blood cells every single day. You wonder why all these babies out here got encephalitis. They got herpes. The babies is being born with heart problems. Why? Because you done had your stomach by the phone by your stomach like this the whole pregnancy, and you wonder why you come out the baby got heart problems. You got your 5G phone next to your pregnant belly the whole time. Listen, we have a tea that helps with that. It's called Chase. Chaseberry is one of the main ingredients that helps with the fibroids. But also, you can try our lymphatic flush tea. And there's plenty of people who could give you their testimonies. The testimonies is all over our website, all over our pages. But every disease is a disease of the blood. When you get, let's say, anything on this list, we're gonna take a stroke, right? So a stroke is if the blood get caught up in one area. Let's say in your brain. Because you always hear people talk about the blood-brain barrier. If the blood gets caught up in one area, it's gonna cause a stroke. And now it's like your nerves. The nerves that's carrying the blood. 'Cause I don't know what people think they nerves do. Like when somebody literally says you get on my nerves, they literally mean you're getting under their skin in their blood. Because your blood is energy. It's a life force. Like literally when you go to these museums, people could touch each other and then touch a battery and then light a light bulb. So you got to understand the way you talk to people is also causing them to be sick. The doctor know when you come into the thing and he say you got diabetes, you immediately going to decline even more in your health. You might have just came in there because you was just dehydrated and you needed some nutrients. But after he tell you you're going to be sick and you got cancer and you're going to die, oh no, you're going to go down. You're going to go down. It's three things. The Bible says it's three things that agree on earth. The spirit, the water, and the blood. All you got to do is hear the bad report and your blood automatically starts to dry up. The water in you starts to dry up. This is why Jesus was telling the lady at the well, he was like, if you knew who I was, you would have got me something to drink because the water that I got, the spirit that I got for you, you ain't never going to thirst again. Why you think everybody's so sick? Because everybody leaving Christ. And Christ is the authority over the blood. Listen, 80 people could leave out this room right now because if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's not for you, it's not for you. Why wouldn't God give this type of information to the doctors? Why wouldn't God give this type of... All the people with tarot cards, why they don't know? Why they don't know? All the sciences, why they don't know? But the child of God, she know. I'm just asking. Why don't they know? Why can't the people out here telling you they wise people tell you this stuff? That's what I be trying to figure out. How has Dr. Sebi said it took him 41 days to get his penis up. 41 days. Which tea should you get for the anemia? Not for nothing. Every tea on our website work on the anemia. This tea right here. You see how my husband, he left black seeds in there? Every tea that we work on our website will work for your anemia. So you got to cleanse the blood. We're not going to say the word cleanse. We're not going to use any words. We're not going to use cleanse. We're not going to use detox. We're not going to use none of those words. We're not using none of the words that you hear people say to sell you stuff. We're going to say we're going to oxygenate the blood. We're going to feed the blood. It's blood food. It's blood food. Honey is blood food. It's the digestion power of the bees. What do bees do? Bees actually go around from place to place, from plant to plant, and get the nutrients from the plant and break the plant down so that you could get the nutrients from the plant. That's why there's so much nutrients in honey. Or you get the plant itself and you break the plant down. You don't do what you see them doing on TikTok. You don't take dandelion and you put it in alcohol. That's mixologist. That's wizardry. That's pharmakia. You get it and you decoct it with water. That is how you decoct the plant. It's called a decoction. And I got herbal book after herbal book. Here. shit. Okay, so now we know. There we go. All the shit. There go all the shit. I done put my head in so many books. It's not a matter of none of that. It's not a matter of none of that. Every one of these books gonna say the same thing. The beekeeper know what he know about the bees. He also know the plants. You can't separate one from the other. That's why this book right here, Miracle Food Cures from the Bible. This is, listen, who gonna tell you how to run your body better than the person who created the body? People give more credit to Dr. Sebi, who came a couple years ago, than the man who created the body. The guy who created the body. You want to trust Dr. Sebi, who said, return back to what your mama said. Your mama was a Christian lady in the church, but y'all don't want to hear that. Dr. Sebi, who was preaching in the church, but y'all want to separate that. Every time you seen him, he was standing in the pulpit. Hello? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to see if y'all looking through the same eyeballs I'm looking at. We looking at the same stuff. We reading the same stuff. Are we looking at the same stuff? Are we looking at the same stuff? What this say? Yes. It is so beautiful. You must want to show my live. This is from K Oreo. The baby done went and made the cake, Lord.
It's a spice.
It's a spice cake. Spice cake.
It's nutmeg.
Spice cake with nutmeg. They don't even realize. Them babies done, they made themselves a spice cake. Okay? And the spice cake got the nutmeg in there, so it's going to have everybody sitting down. All that giggling about to stop, okay? Stop. Okay. So, we talking about the heart right here. It says, the circulatory system is the network of elastic tubes through which blood flows as it carries oxygen and nutrients to all parts of the body. It includes the heart, lungs, arteries, arterioles, the small arteries, and the capillaries, the blood vessels. So capillaries, arteries, arterioles are small arteries and capillaries are blood vessels. It also includes venules, small veins, the veins, the blood vessels through which blood flows as it returns to the heart and lungs. The circulating blood brings oxygen and nutrients to all tissues and organs of the body, including the heart. So, if any part of your body fails, why does it fail? Why does it fail? Does anybody know? Does it fail because the organ failed, or does it fail because the blood is not bringing the nutrients and the oxygen to it? You don't just breathe in the air. You actually need to get nutrients and oxygen from your blood. It's not about the air that you breathe in, the quality of air. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. If you want the perfect example of what I'm saying, put a 3 in the chat. I got to know that y'all listening to me, because I can stop the live. Like the boys say, I can stop the live, go back about my business. They made spice cake in the other room. I could go about that. Be a fat lady on the internet and watch y'all. All right, now, the perfect example of this is, why do babies come out stillborn? Somebody tell them I got the kitchen pharmacy, because the kitchen pharmacy do discuss this now. Y'all ain't got to listen to me. Y'all can go where y'all want to go. Now, how do you know? The baby does not breathe your air. Okay? The baby does not breathe your air. The baby actually breathes the blood oxygen levels that's coming through the umbilical cord. So, of course, your blood oxygen levels matter, which is why the baby will come out stillborn, fully grown, and stillborn, and blue from suffocation, because the blood has zero oxygen. because you didn't drink any nutrients for the baby to absorb. The baby does not eat the burger that you sat down and said you ate because you was hungry, because you was pregnant. The baby eats the nutrients from the tea that you picked up, the broth that you cooked for yourself. I don't understand why people will cook a roast and put beef stock on top of it when the beef is going to create its own stock if you put the right stuff in there. The onions, the celery, the garlic, all that stuff is going to create the right stock. I'm just keeping it funky. And the things that you drink, your body absorbs it. So all that salt from the beef stock that you just put in there is now causing you to have a heart attack. Because now your heart can't filter all the salt, and the high blood pressure is going to start to pile up because the salt is inside of your blood. Somebody say, I just got that. You got to put a number I ain't seen in the chat yet. Put a 2 in the chat. I'm making it make sense. This is why when I used to be fat, my slogan used to be more artificial flavor. More artificial flavor. I say that shit all the time. More artificial flavor. And as soon as I say more artificial flavor, I would eat sugar, and then I had to balance it with salt. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Then I started reading up. I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Once I started learning how to use the herbs, I didn't need salt. You can ask my husband. He'll tell you. She only drinks sugar when she drink coffee. The only time I have sugar in my diet is when I drink coffee. The only time. Any other time I have honey in my tea, and I don't see sugar at all. Where do you find fake sugar? Inside the foods that you eat. People out here telling you the safest way is to get the fake sugar and put it into your coffee, and you eat and equate and all types of fake shit, and that shit don't even register in your bloodstream. It just sit on the bottom at your feet. Your body not even picking it up. It's just sitting at the bottom. All these years we've been making Kool-Aid. People taking faucet water, which is full of toxins, full of germs, and then putting sugar inside. The sugar, you didn't even boil it. Back in the day when my grandma we was little, my grandma, if she did make Kool-Aid, she would put it on the stove. Hot water. If you get in faucet water, that shit had to be boiled. The boil warning did not just start. The boil warning been going on forever. Who the fuck's supposed to be trusting faucet water? Who trusting faucet water? I be seeing these herbalists, they be making their little concoctions going straight from the sink with the faucet water. Like, nah. You got to understand, it's something called sporozoans, protozoans, and amoebas. This is why if you pull anything out the can, you need to warm it up. Period. Because just because it's airlocked in that can don't mean it hasn't been growing spores, mold spores. And people making their diets today on mushrooms. Mushrooms is fungus. So people who got HIV going on a fungus diet when that's a fungus within your blood, you tripping. It don't even make no sense. You mean to tell me, and this is what I'm saying, people, this is why people still have yeast infections after they eat penicillin, because penicillin is made from mold. They can't sell you hyssop tea, so they gonna sell you moldy hyssop as penicillin. Go look up what these fucking drugs are. Yeah, go look it up. That's all I gotta say. Go look it up. I'm gonna say this. I'm not like no other herbalist. My little $19 book is worth it. My little $19 book is worth it. The products that you can get from us, worth it. You can get your free vaccine exemption form. 2 years we came out. 2 years ago we came out. I told you, watch that vaccine. People been watching that vaccine, and everything that I said been coming to pass. Down to, they calling it vaccine AIDS. And I told y'all what HIV is. HIV is human immune deficiency virus. If your immune system is deficient, low red blood cells, which anybody can have, low red blood cells, then anybody can have that shit. That's why they came out with a little vaccine. Oh yeah. But all I know is, I don't know about these other people, but I think that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. It's worth it to follow us. It's worth it to be on this journey with us. It's worth it to believe what I say because I ain't going to come out and lie. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. It's worth it. It's worth it to tell a friend because I ain't going to come out and lie. With the one thing you can say is, I ain't dead. And you know what? I'm going to say this. There is times where we be having to go through stuff, especially as people who war for God, right? And I'm a warrior for God. I'm not going to ever come out and separate none of this from God, because the reason why our blood is messed up is because we not going to the person who fixes blood. Or we looking at the people like from back in the day, oh, they old because all they used to talk about was the blood, the blood, the blood. Well, obviously they had a reason. The blood is literally your life force. It's powering your whole body. If somebody comes to you and they speak a negative report, that's going to kill you. You believing a lie is going to take you down. You not knowing the truth is going to take you down. All I'm here to do is show you the lies and point you to the truth. And I don't know what you're going to do with it. You can lead people to water, but you can't make them drink. And you're not always going to like the people that's telling you. You do not have to like me. I'm telling you that. You don't have to like me. But you will love me in the end. You will feel like, yo, she really said what she had to say. I tell my daughter all the time, we not friends. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to keep you on the right path. We want to be friends. We want somebody to coddle us. It's been enough people taking your money, telling you you're going to get rich. It's all these people getting money and they ain't getting better. What's the point of taking a GoFundMe up and people still going to be sick? What's the point of giving somebody money and they still going to be sick? What you going to spend the money on if you can't enjoy it? What's the point? It's no point. It's no point in having a bunch of money and somebody else wheeling you around from store to store. It's no point in getting a whole bunch of money and you can't enjoy it. There's no point in being a person with all the money and somebody else is enjoying it. You need to be able to be healthy. You need to understand how your body works. You need to understand why God say don't do certain things. Don't wear certain mixtures of clothes. Don't do certain things. Don't eat your food at this temperature. Make sure you cook it all the way through. Make sure, yes, because it could be an infection inside of it. We all know that as soon as a body dies, it starts to decay. How do you cure? The word cure means to preserve with herbs. Even every day, the skin that we have is decaying every day. So you got to know how to cure it with herbs. What do we do with the beeswax? That's curing your body. The Bible say, I gave you oil to make your face to shine. The Bible say, I gave you oil to make your face to shine. The Bible say that he taught us how to use certain things. He gave the farmer wisdom on what you should need. He gives the farmer wisdom on what you should need. Cotton grows. Plastic grows. Everything you need grows. That's a good God. He's worthy to be praised. I'm not here to teach y'all just herbs and herbalism. I'm here to teach y'all how good God is, how your body works, how the supply is. If you do not like that, if you do not want to subscribe to that type of conversation, this is not the place for you. This is not the place for you. I'm here to tell you why God made things the way he did. And that's it. And if you don't want the person who, listen, if you don't want God, how can you have the body? If you don't want him to show you how to effectively use it. For example, there are young people who get up. They get their body parts. They just got their boobies. They just got their fresh body. They strong. They moving. They think they the best at it. And they like, oh, and then as soon as they get out there, they jump out there. They start having sex. They don't know how to clean properly. They don't know how to do this. They come home with a baby. They be pregnant for 4 months and don't even know they pregnant. Because they don't know what they doing with their bodies. And then we, the people who raised them, we didn't even know what we was doing with our bodies. We don't even know when to have these conversations with them. We so busy letting them play. We ain't teaching them no skills. We fucking up. Everybody mad at their mom because she ain't teaching nothing. But their mom been injected into the system just like for the last 50 years, our parents been just injected into the system. And the system ain't been teaching them how to fix their body. It's in there, but they teach the doctors how to fake fix them. Now they don't even teach the doctors how to fix the body no more. They teach the doctors how to sell them medicine. Yes, baby. Hi.
I was bored of sleeping myself. My dad sleep. What's that?
This is what we was talking about today. So yeah, I'm just saying, they don't teach nobody how to work their body. They don't teach nobody how to work their body. They don't teach nobody how the body work. They don't teach nobody how none of this stuff work. For example, let me give you one more example. My little niece came in here. You know what I say? I say to myself, people who do all they work in the car, nobody in the house must believe them.
I was learning about that. Oh. The thyroid and all that stuff, where system is there.
Yeah, it's triggered by stress. If you always stress, your thyroid gonna go off because it releases hormones. Okay, so let's do the eye. So people who have diabetes, right? They'll say, my eyes, like, I'm noticing double vision. I'm noticing certain things. And the reason why is because there's nerves that connect the eyes to your systems, right? Your spine, whatever's going back there, your brain. It's nerves that go back there. Let's say that's one of your furthest extremities too. So the blood that's going in between the eye, the nerves that's on that eye, like supposed to be going back and forth through that so you could see and whatever you're supposed to be getting the information, that shit is starting to clump up. And when it starts to clump up, now you're starting to get nerve damage. And this is why people say, oh, my ears, the first thing they get is damaged ears. It starts sounding like a speaker is messed up. All that's the same. Blood damage. Blood disorders. High blood pressure. When your blood is attacking you. So don't laugh at the old people when they say, the blood, the blood, the blood. They knew exactly what they was talking about. Nothing but the blood. Because as soon as the blood is messed up,
They said that you said the cure for diabetes.
the cure for diabetes, I just told you. I said, let's
She
talk.
just got here. She just got here.
Diabetes is literally your blood not picking. Come on, Kamora. How does glucose work with plants?
Glucose is their
Wait. Can you, if you can hear her, the 15-year-old, and she about to tell you, put a 5 in the chat. She about to tell you. Glucose. She gonna start. Put a 5 in the chat. Say, I can hear you. The baby gonna tell you. She came right in. This ain't staged. Just so y'all know, y'all can't kill me because I'm gonna live on through these kids. Come on.
Okay, glucose is sugar produced by plants. It's natural sugar. It's not like the sugar that you put in coffee and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like what plants, not like the sugar that you put in coffee and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like what plants eat and all that stuff. And
How do the plants get the glucose?
from the sun. Okay, so they get the glucose from the sun. The sun helps them grow and all that stuff. So, but whatever, they just take it in and they, like, it goes through a tube and it, like, just makes sugar with it. Basically, like, it transforms.
So it takes in nutrients from the ground
Yeah.
and nutrients from the sun and the air.
Yeah. Well, carbon
Carbon.
dioxide.
And then it changes that and it creates the glucose.
Yeah.
Now, when we take hot water and run it over the plants, then the plant is able to release its micronutrients. Because animals that have 2 stomachs, like what kind of animal? Do you know, did your teacher teach you about the...
I don't got animal science yet. I got it in next school.
Okay, now when I talk to your teacher, right, didn't I say what kind the animal? I said the cow, right? I said he chews his food 2 times.
Right.
And he said, yeah, choose the cud, and he corrected me about how to say it. And I said, but that's in the Bible. He said, we only supposed to eat animals that chew the cud, right? Now, what's chewing the cud? That means that this plant, this animal that loves plants, actually chews it twice. It goes down into his stomach. If you've seen the videos of the people in India, oh, you can take a seat over there, Vanna White. Thank you very much. If you've seen the people in India grabbing the grass out the cow's stomach and then recooking that, this is what I'm talking about. Now, the cow literally eats the food out its stomach 2 times to get the nutrients. Oh, yeah. Go, you can start. You can go on the refrigerator and get a new one because that was me and Uncle Steph.
Okay.
But yeah, the cow literally chews the grass 2 times so you can get the nutrients out. A pig, he don't move like that. The pig, he eat whatever he want. He barely digesting it, and that's why it's all fat. But the cow, actually, his job is to go out and to eat the plants to get the nutrients to eat it. And that's why they say beef has protein. And that's why God say you're supposed to eat animals that chew the C-U-D. The cud, the cod, whatever. I ain't no teacher. I'm just a secretary. Okay? So this is what happens when plants, and I gotta have the baby come back because she'll explain how plants take in sunlight. When plants sit in the sun, they're grounded in soil. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, I eat microgreens. That's bogus. Somebody write bogus. Microgreens are bogus. I don't care what you say. Bogus. I talked to a botanist about it and crushed his whole theory on microgreens. The theory behind the microgreens. I'm gonna tell you what they say. Microgreens, all the nutrients from the plant will be inside the plant. In the root of the plant. Come on, Rye. Do a plant absorb the colors that are on? How do the plant absorb sunlight? Like by the colors.
So if a rose is red, it doesn't absorb red. It absorbs orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Thank you. So if it's yellow, it's not going to take in what? Yellow. If it's green, it's not going to take in what? So therefore, a plant got to grow as far as it got to grow to get the nutrients that it's going to provide. That makes the whole microgreen shit move. Somebody write, microgreens is bogus. They're bogus. It's bogus. Because if a plant never gets to its full extent, it can't even soak in the rays of sunlight that it needs. It's only going to get green. It's bogus. It's bogus. They done sold y'all all these hoop dreams. Y'all know why I came? Because God released a book through me called Basic Instructions Before Eating Earth. And when I say I didn't even know what he was talking about, I just was writing down what he said. Sometimes it pays to be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I'm telling you right now. Obedience is better than you saying, I'm not eating no sugars, no this, no that. I'm not doing. Obedience is better than sacrifice. If you just do what God say, you can eat the good of the land. Whoever heard that, put a 5 in the chat. If you do what God say, if you're willing and obedient, you can eat the good of the land. It sounds easy. People be making it hard. It's so easy. People be making it so hard. It's not even hard. It's not even hard. Oh, you shouldn't eat no beef. It ain't good for you. Oh, you shouldn't eat this. All the people who said they going about what Dr. Sebi said. Dr. Sebi been going for a certain amount of years. I can tell you right now. Dr. Sebi said, do not fry no vegetables. I see fried vegetables all over the place. Y'all done found 92 ways to fry that shit. And he said, don't fry it because you frying the water out the vegetables. Oil and water don't mix. Anybody heard that before? Put a 0 in the chat because I got to know that you there while I'm talking, because I can't be talking to myself. I can't be talking to myself. And I came to just prove myself to y'all. Because I've been fighting with these peons. And I got to make my quality higher above their quality. My quality is better. I don't care how I said it. I don't care who don't like me. I don't care. The quality of information that I'm giving out is better. It's better. It's superior. What that lady say? Get one of these. 81st Deli. Get one. It's superior. They out here playing with herbs, making you drinks and stuff. This dandelion liquor. This dandelion Tito's. You better sit down and have some dandelion tea. Oh no, Uncle Steph put that thing. I'm surprised you got that much out of there. I'm telling y'all. All this stuff. So we just went through all this. I'm gonna save this live, and I'm actually gonna share it, and I'm actually gonna let it be available because we answer so many things a day. We talk about so many things a day, and it's worth it. But you getting scammed, and it ain't me scamming you. I'm just putting you on. I done told y'all how to do it. People like, you ain't tell us what the black seed and honey was. It's black seed and honey. It's black seed and honey. However you want to do it. If you don't want to grind the seeds, if you want to grind the seeds, if you want us to do it for you, that's up to you. It's black seed and honey. Why do honey work? Because if you got sickle cell, if you got lupus, if you got diseases inside your blood, you're going to have a high amount of white blood cells. And white blood cells, although they come out to help you, if they come out in abundance, they will come out and hurt you. If you do not have the red blood cells to go fight and do their job, if you receive any type of cut, scrape, scratch, or anything that is causing your blood to have to repair, if the blood can't repair because you don't have the right amount of red blood cells, which is anemia, you can't heal. That's when somebody gets an injury and then the injury doesn't heal and then they say they have cancer. Why? Because your blood cells can't heal. The skin will be under you. The skin, you're going to see it's blue. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see the blue because the blood there has died. The injury did not repair itself. The blood in that area died. So when you see people at the bottom of their feet, they got sores and ulcers that won't close, it's because their blood is so sick. The body is doing everything to push the dead blood away from the filter, which is your heart, which cannot skip one beat. Because if you get one drop of air in your blood, it will stop. Or it will just basically explode. Somebody said erectile dysfunction. Help, my wife is leaving me. We got a tea for that. You can get the little bundle package. And I'm going to tell you why. Because your heart is not going to pump the blood if the blood is sick. It's not going to give up the blood that it needs. Exactly what I just said. If your blood is not moving properly, you have the low blood cells, the low red blood cells, which will be the anemia. This is here. We're here. You have low red blood cells, then your heart is going to do what it has to do to pump. It's called a circulatory system, meaning that anything that stops it from circulating is a problem. Okay? Now, if your blood cannot move around freely for circulation, it will not get you an erection. This is called erectile dysfunction. The reason why they only give you 4 pills a month, which we talked about, was because if they constantly force the blood to go to your penis and away from your heart, it will cause you to have a heart attack. Put a 7 in the chat if you got what I said. You have a little small artery or vein there called the widowmaker. The widowmaker has been known to go out. It's a little artery by the heart that if your blood is obstructed in any way, it will go out on you. And so it's called the widowmaker because after men are done pleasuring their wives, they die. That made sense. I know it did. I know it did. So if you don't give your blood food by decocting plants, drinking teas, and making sure your blood has something to pick up, because again, we read that the blood is used to transport oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. The heart pumps it, keeps it going. The liver filters. The kidneys filter. You drink? The kidneys filter. All these filtration systems are supposed to detect oxygenated blood. If the kidneys do not detect oxygenated blood, failure of the kidneys, because once they detect the blood coming through it to be deoxygenated, then they start to try to pump more blood out, which is the reason why at the same time people who get cancer get melanoma or multiple melanoma, and the reason why they get that is because the blood starts in the bone marrow. So if you hear, oh, the cancer, it moved all around my body into the bone marrow. First of all, it didn't move. The blood that was traveling all through your body was dead in the first place. Somebody say the cancer didn't travel. The blood's job is to travel. Oh, you heard what I said. Put an 8 in the chat. The blood's job is to travel. So whether the blood is dead, deoxygenated or not, it doesn't matter. It's still going to travel. And it's going to fuck up shit along the way. This is what's happening to us. I'm not Dr. Fauci. And guess what? The white lady said all she is a secretary. That's okay, because my comprehension is on a beam. My comprehension is on 100%, honey. I don't care if my articulation is on 75. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, if you've been to one live and they like this, and they was just, if you've been to one live and they was like this, I get off TikTok today. I get off TikTok today. Because y'all don't need me. They here already. They here already. But this is the lane that I'm going to make and I'm going to create for myself. Because I know I will play cards all by myself until I can meet somebody that can come into my lane. But I know ain't not near one of them on my level to be even talking about nothing. I'm sorry. They're not. And I'm not competing. And like that grandma keeps saying, you can't compete where you don't compare. You see her? She talk about that little boy. You can't compete. He know y'all gonna use it. Oh no, the pastor gonna sell the 1, 2, 3 ABC book on how to do it. He know. God already know. If this already, the Muslims, they already knew this. Cool, Muhammad definitely said the cure for everything except for death is black seed. But you definitely got to believe the word of the prophet to even do what the prophet say. And if you don't believe the word of the prophet, then you live in your life and you going to the doctor. People been trusted in the doctors to no avail since Jesus came. That's why the lady stole his virtue out the hem of his garment. Out the hem of his garment. Out the hem of his garment. But what is that anyway? The virtue of the plants. What's the hem of his garment? The first thing that God did within the first days was he created every tree and every herb of the field. It literally was holding us together. It literally was holding us together. It literally was holding us together. Day one, the hem of his garment. Literally day one, they was creating the earth. The sun and the moon. You need the sun to play a part with the plants. The plants gonna play a part. The nutrients, the soil gonna play a part. All of that. If he formed Adam from the dust, you gonna need your nutrients to come from the soil. Somebody put a hallelujah in there because you gonna get it. If you are created from soil, you are the dust. Why would you be trying to fuck with hydroponics and microgreens and they ain't getting no nutrients from the fucking ground? Oh, okay. I'm going to make it make sense for you because, listen, you might not like me, but you going to get it. Yeah, it is. You going to get it. I know. Can you get Big Auntie some water with this? Don't even get me no sweet stuff. I need some water. The baby came in and taught me about the baby came in. She said, my homework said that red plants don't absorb red sunlight, but it absorbs everything else on a Roy G. Biv. I said, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense as to why grass is green, but then plants continue to suck up nutrients, and then they produce flowers of different colors. And then that plant is stronger, which is why you see burdock seeds in the whole plant. You can see the root, and then you can see the seeds. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Everything works together. If you don't believe the creation story, you gonna think you dying and you need chemotherapy. You need chemical therapy to fix yourself. Chemical therapy that they came up with during World War II when they noticed that people's white blood cells decreased from leukemia and cancer. Listen to what I'm telling you. The secretary, as the lady said, the secretary is telling you that the medical industry teaches us that they started that as a tactic after they noticed and tested the people's blood in the area of the nuclear bags to kill the white blood cells. I can tell you the devil is a liar.
Can you open the door?
Yes, ma'am. Why, thank you. Yes, we can. Yeah. I needed that water because I'm giving up my soul right now to talk to y'all. So I had to replenish myself. Somebody said, oh man, I missed the class. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to repost this. I'm going to repost this. Because it was pretty good. But I just had to show y'all how everything worked together. And I'm going to repost this live. Because it's very necessary. And we'll be back. We'll be back. But make sure y'all tell a friend. Is there a replay for folks that just came in late? Yeah, I'm going to copy it and download it off of TikTok, and then I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Like that sound would be like, tell a friend.
Bad. Niecy said it. Yeah, I just had to come out and let y'all know though, because I've been out here getting lost in the sauce, and I don't want to get lost in the sauce. Like Nicki Minaj say, they my stepsons. You see what I'm saying? Basically, and I'm gonna make sure that I stay a cut above the rest, because at the end of the day, they're not like us. They can come out, they can bring a board, they can have the board already written out. I'm telling you, I draw all over that board like this was the NFL channel. Like, I'm gonna do it. We gonna do it. So every time that we come, we bring in our board and we gonna teach. And that's what we gonna do.
Oh, we gotta get my sessions.
And Kamora gonna come teach y'all her homework because she wanna do her sessions. So thank God for her and her homework, because she put us on how the nutrients and the glucose was coming from the plants. Even when I knew it, Auntie knew it, but she came and jogged my memory. And my mom used to say this. She used to say, what you know. She said, what I've forgotten could fill a book. And she said, and what you know couldn't cover a postage stamp. I said, damn, she used to kill me every time. Because I didn't know as much information as my mom. How much information did I teach y'all that stuff my mom told me? My mom used to tell me microscopically. It doesn't matter how clean somebody's house looks. Microscopically, is it clean? Is it clean when you sit on the toilet and you pick up a little bug and now you got folliculitis, where everybody think they got herpes, but you got folliculitis, like your follicles are inflamed. And this is the issue. This is why we teach you about stuff like colloidal silver. This is why we teach you about stuff like making astringents. See that? Inside, it's plenty of ways to use the herbs. The way they telling you to use the herbs is astringent. And then they telling you to drink astringents. And that's why they're viral. Because they know they're going to hurt somebody. They're going to hurt somebody.
Not your storm. What?
Now I got a couple books.
Is that what about California?
Yeah, but you know this is at TV. This ain't like centralized to us, so you know.
Why is there gonna be a storm in California?
I don't know. All types of stuff. All right, listen, little babies. We about to get out of here. We might come back, but I'm gonna save this live, and I don't want no disruptions in it. So we gonna cut it here, and we might come back and just shoot the shit with y'all, but. We might go to Instagram. Y'all gotta follow me in other places, because my Instagram, like, they don't cut you as fast. And if anything happened on TikTok, you're gonna want to be following us on Instagram. That's why I start making like the name I Am Pirate Meds, so people could read it and know exactly who we are instead of having to figure out like I am what, or So I had to start like making little adjustments and tweaking. If y'all got business ideas, how to sharpen up, and also go to our website and please put your information for your business on the Silk Road so we all know. Because when you update the Silk Road, like let's say if you have a business, if you put it on the Silk Road, then everybody else will see your business and know that you did something to update the Silk Road. So go into our forum and update your business, because then we can shop there and we can all know you got a business. Because when I hit the lottery, I'm going to shop at everybody's business. All right, toodles. Kamora. So how was your outing with your homies yesterday?
It was good. Besides me getting burnt